Hello everyone, welcome to the channel. Today I'd like to share with you my goals for 2023 and how I plan to stay on track all year long with these goals. So let's first talk about why I set goals. The main reason I set goals is because I want to have an art business. I want to be able to escape my day job currently and make money solely living from my art business. Setting these goals is also a way for me to stay productive, and it's a way for me to track what I do every single day. And when the time comes, I can also develop new habits or optimize my current habits. I can understand myself more and just figure out what works for my life at this point in time. So let's talk about how I actually set these goals. So in the past year, something I discovered was this app called Notion, and it really changed my life and changed the way that I do everything. So I now use this app called Notion to track my goals and progress all year long. When setting my goals, I usually just write out a rough list of things that I want to achieve, and then I refine them using certain criteria. I like to use the SMART goal approach or method when solidifying my goals. For me personally, it's just something that I found to work. So basically what that means is that I like to make my goals specific, measurable, and just realistic for me to achieve. So for example, if you're setting a goal to lose weight or something like that, you don't want to make it some vague thing like just lose more weight. You want to make it very specific, how much weight by what time and how you're going to achieve it, and make it realistic as well. So I use that same approach and I apply it to my art. I want to do 12 drawings in 12 months using this method. Make everything realistic and attainable. So after I figured out all my goals, written out the whole list and kind of refined them a little bit, make sure they're specific and all these things, and categorize them a little bit, make sure that I break them down into categories, whether it's for business or for my personal life or health, just these specific categories that I feel work for my life. I then start breaking down each goal into projects and actions. I mainly do this for my art business. The reason for doing this is because it really helps me stay on track with my goals all year long. Each goal can usually be broken down into multiple projects, and then each project is broken down into multiple tasks. And each task is something I do daily. So I schedule out these tasks for each month, every year, all year, and then day to day I can go view the task list or what needs to be done this week, get these tasks done so that when I achieve the tasks, I'm completing the projects. And then once I complete all the projects, the goal can be achieved. So basically every day I have certain tasks that I accomplish. Essentially, these tasks are working towards the completion of my goals. When it comes to certain habits or things that I'm trying to build for my personal life, such as doing daily yoga or studying a certain language like Malay, these kinds of goals that I have is just kind of a check mark each day if I do them. And at any point in time of the month or week or any time of the year, I have a system set up that I can go and get instant feedback. So what that means is I can see the percentage that I've done, how many days out of each month that I've achieved so far. So this will give me instant feedback of whether I need to start being more diligent with what I'm doing or tell me that I'm doing good, keep up the good work. So I can go and see that feedback any time of the year, which is really great in my opinion to get that instant feedback. So now that I've shared with you why I set goals and how I set them and how I track them all year and stay on track, I want to share with you what my goals this year actually are. So for my art, I've kept it kind of simple this year. I want to finish this owl project that I've started. I started it last June and I'm drawing mostly owls for one full year. And the reason I kind of started in June, like in the middle of the year, kind of gives me a reset in the middle of the year, kind of keeps me on track and stays motivated rather than starting at the beginning of the year and losing steam. Now I kind of have something ending in the middle of the year and then I can start another project. So for this owl project goal, I want to kind of make it to where 75% of everything that I draw or create or paint, whatever I do, 75% of it, I want it to be owls. So I'm kind of building that as part of my style, is to have owls be a big portion of my subjects. And I just think owls are cool. I think it's a cool bird. I think they're beautiful. There's a lot of different kinds of owls and it's just a cool subject. So that's really why I picked it. It was very random. I had a few animals I was choosing from and owl was one. So that's why I chose owls. The other thing I'm trying to accomplish for my art is to draw 3 times a week minimum. And I'm trying to do that all year long. So now when I sit down to draw, I know probably 2 of the drawings are going to be owls. And then the other one I can draw architecture or anything I want, really. The next category is more towards my art business. And a goal that I have for this year moving forward from this point on is to make 1 YouTube video per week. So that's something I've broken down into projects and into tasks and able to plan out every video, script it, film it, edit it, etc., and stay on track all year long for doing weekly YouTube video uploads. The other goal for my art business is to update my drawing course. So 1 or 2 years ago, I launched a drawing course. Now it's the time I feel like I just want to put more energy and effort into it and kind of update it. I've learned a lot more about course creation and and how people learn. I've got a lot of feedback from people that have taken my course, so I really want to update it and make it something that will be more beneficial for students in the future that end up taking my drawing course. Let's talk about my daily habits. So there's a few habits in my daily life that I like to keep up with and that I want to achieve for this year. The first one is to do daily yoga at least 5 minutes every day. And see, I made it, even though 5 minutes doesn't sound like a long time, I made it very achievable, because if I don't have 5 minutes in my day to do yoga, then something's wrong with my day and I need to reassess what I'm doing and where I'm spending my time. So I made it very attainable, and actually I haven't missed a day. And I've set it in my mind that if I do end up missing a day, the next day I'm going to do double and it's going to make up for the day before. So I don't want to do that very often, but that is an option that I can do double or triple to make up for the past 2 days, 1 day. But so far I've only done that once or twice. I've been on it every day, so I'm happy about that. And I'm able to see that because of the instant feedback and the system that I built on this Notion app that I love to use. The other daily habit that I want to keep up with is studying Malay. So right now I'm learning a new language, which is Malay. It's pretty difficult, but I have my own flashcards that I created and studying materials that I've found and created as well. So I like to study that and get through my daily flashcards every day, or watch at least 1 hour of like a Malay drama or a Malay movie every day to try to keep building the learning of that language. Another daily habit that I'm focusing on is trying to go for a walk every day outside, just around the block, 10 to 20 minute walk, just get some fresh air, clear my mind, meditate a little bit. And it's good for my health and fitness as well. Unfortunately, the weather has been terrible so far this year, and I think I've gone for like 1 walk. I just don't want to walk outside when it's so cold and rainy and terrible. So I'm waiting for good weather. I'm going to start walking every day. I can't wait to do that. And my last daily habit is praying 5 times a day. This is something I've been keeping up with every day, and it's kind of the same as my yoga. If I end up missing some prayers, I can always make them up and do them the next day. But to be honest, that's very rarely happens. So I pray 5 times a day. As a Muslim, I've been a Muslim for over 1 year now, slightly, but I've been practicing for like 3 years, since 2020. I've kind of been learning and slowly going on this journey. And then I became Muslim in last year, 1 year ago. So these next 2 goals for my life are with health. And I don't really measure these specifically. It's more about just kind of doing it as best I can, eating healthy. And I try to eat fruit and vegetables every day. I'm doing really good at that. I've been doing that for 10 years. Just something I want to keep reinforcing, and also a little bit of exercise when possible. So if I feel okay or feel like I have enough energy to do it, I'll do some push-ups or squats or some kind of 10-minute workout during the day. So I've been trying to do that every day as well. Not as consistent with it, but it's not as much of a specific goal that I'm really focusing on, but it's more of just maintaining my fitness, 3 times a week. Some financial goals that I have this year is to start cooking more. So this whole year, I haven't eaten outside at all. I haven't gotten to any restaurant or ordered out any food. I've been cooking all my own meals, and I've actually saved so much money by doing this. It's actually really amazing. So I do want to give myself maybe 1 to 2 times a month I'll eat out, but so far this year, I haven't had the urge or need to do that. I feel fine just going to the grocery store, getting my own fresh ingredients and making my own dinners. And I actually have found a method that works for me where I make all my meals on Sunday for the week, put them in the refrigerator, and then during the week I can just heat them up and eat it. I eat very simply, so it really works for me. Just by making my own dinners, I'm actually saving a lot of money each month, and that's another financial goal, is to just save more money. So those are kind of my financial goals for the year. And the last category, which this is not really specific as well, but it's just to focus more on rest and relaxation. I read a book last year called Rest: Why You Get More Done When You Work Less, and it really changed my life and my mind about work and rest and relaxation. So I always try to put that into practice as much as possible, because I'm kind of the person that will feel guilty if I take like a Sunday off and I'm not doing something for my business or something for my work. I always feel guilty when I'm like resting. So that's something I've struggled with, but ever since I read this book, it's really helped change my mind about that. So I always try to do intentional relaxation and rest and separate it from my work completely. So that's kind of a goal I keep in the back of my mind, is that when it's time to rest and relax, I fully rest and relax, don't do any work. So that's something I'm trying to do more, is to not feel guilty, spend more time with my spouse, and just have fun when it's time to rest and relax. I think those are important things for just overall mental health and for my business as well, and for my work. So those are all my goals for this year. And this is really one of the first years where I've really been able to track everything, stay on track, be productive, stay super disciplined so far. I've been drawing every weekday for like 3 3 months now almost. I've been super disciplined with praying, working out, doing yoga and Malay. I've never been this disciplined in my life before. So I think having a system like this has really helped me to stay on track, and just having this new mindset of doing something even though I may not feel like I want to do it. Just having that self-discipline and applying myself, I feel so much better overall. And I look forward to, at the end of this year, doing kind of a recap and seeing, did I achieve any of these goals? Did I achieve the outcome that I was trying to do? You know, at least achieving these goals up to, you know, 75% of the year, doing these at a 75%, maybe 80% completion is really my goal, I think, overall for all of my goals. No one's perfect. I'm not going to be able to do them, you know, perfectly, like the walking and stuff like that. There's already times where I didn't go for a walk. So as long as I achieve a good percentage, I'll be happy with that. Thank you guys for tuning in. Be sure to stay tuned for future videos and check out some other videos on my channel. I got videos about drawing and more about productivity, tutorials, all kinds of things. So definitely check out more videos on my channel, and I will see you on the next one. Take care of yourself. Peace, my friend.